Welcome. Today we are reviewing the Powerbeats 2 Wireless by Beats by Dre. So about 2 months ago I was picking up the iPhone 7 when I was in the AT&T store, and they told me that they have a good offer on the Powerbeats, and considering that the iPhone 7 does not have a power jack, I gave it a serious thought and I figured, you know what, for $99, which seemed to be about a relatively good price compared to online pricings, I figured I might as well take them. So this is how they look. I decided to go with the white ones. It goes well with the Apple products. And I've had the chance to basically use them for 8 weeks now, so I kind of know the pros and cons between them. Before we get into that, let's take a look at the packaging. So this is the packaging that they come in. The Beats would basically be right there in the front. When you would open them up, let's just open this package up right now. So it would open up like this. You would have the Beats over there sitting. Once you remove them, the bottom here, you would have the charging cable. It would be inside a small little box. And once this is removed, you would find your extra earbuds. Now these earbuds, there's basically 3 different sizes. There's 2 of each size. So let's say you need a larger size, you simply use a larger size. If you lose one of them, you have a replacement. So that's definitely nice of them. The ones that are on the Beats, as far as I can tell, these are the small size, so do keep that in mind. I have lost one of them already so far. It must have come off when I was taking it off my ear, fell on the floor, so I've had to use one of the replacements. Now, when it comes to setup, it's relatively easy. You simply have to hold the button down. You have to make sure the Bluetooth option is on your phone. It pairs up, it's good to go. In terms of charging, charges pretty quickly. If I'm not mistaken, about an hour of charging gives it a full charge of 6 hours. So if you do use it, for 6 hours a day, charging it for an hour is really no problem whatsoever. So that's definitely a nice thing about them. Now, Beats by Dre, they've really been promoting this product as a way, or as an earphone to basically use during your workouts, simply due to the fact that they are sweat resistant and to some degree water resistant. Now, I haven't gotten the chance of working out of them, but I have used them when it was raining outside, and there doesn't seem to be any damage whatsoever to the quality of the music or to the product itself. I'll just do a quick close-up, see how they look. Again, at the end of the day, Beat by Dre products, they're not exactly the best sounding products out there, but you do pay for the design, you pay for the brand that we all know of. When it comes to sound quality, it's good. I'm not gonna lie, the bass is good. That's basically what Beat by Dre is known for the bass. Music sounds good. In terms of connection length, so let's say I could actually have my phone maybe like 20 feet away from my earphones and I will still pick up the music, so that's definitely a nice thing. The biggest grip that I have about it is phone calls come out to be pretty poor. Now let me just put them on real quick to show you. There's 2 ways to put them on. So a lot of people put them on this way, so the strap goes on the back end. You put them over the ear like this. So there's one way to wear it like this. When you wear it like this, it's kind of like the wire's out of your way. It doesn't really interfere with your hands or anything that's really happening in front of you, which is nice. The bad thing about it is when you turn your head, if you're wearing a jacket, I do feel that sometimes it grabs onto the jacket and you start feeling some sort of pull occurring at one of your ears. It literally makes it hard for you to move your head around. On top of that, when it comes to taking phone calls, it's horrible because your microphone basically sits on the back of your neck. It's bad enough to take a phone call with the microphone in front, but when it's in the back of the neck, it's nearly impossible. Now, if you're maybe in a closed environment, such as a quiet room, I'm sure it's still going to work perfectly fine. But if you're moving around, if you're walking outside, forget about it. If we place them in the front, let's take a look and see how they look like. The strap is in the front. It may not look as great as it would in the back. It still doesn't really interfere. I mean, if I'm walking around, I mean, the wire does sit relatively short on your neck. It does become slightly better for phone calls because finally, at least the microphone, which is right here, it does sit near your chin level, picks up your voice better. But even then, the sound quality isn't that good when you're talking to someone. Like when I'm having a conversation, the person on the other end of the line continually complains about the fact that it's very difficult for them to hear my voice because it picks up a lot of sound. There's very little noise cancellation that goes on to the person that's actually speaking to you. They'll hear the wind, they'll hear even the wire basically bouncing off your jacket. So I guess that's the biggest downfall of this product. If you're looking for something that you can listen to music with when you work out, wear it in the rain, that's beautifully designed, this works. If you're looking for a product that does that plus takes phone calls, it doesn't fit the bill for that. And as I mentioned, I mean, I picked these up for $100. Not a bad price. I did see that you can pick them up for as low as $70 online, but what you will notice is there are a lot of counterfeited products of Beats by Dre. It's one of the most counterfeited products in the world, as a matter of fact. So instead of taking the risk of buying them online, even if you buy them from, let's say, Best Buy or Amazon, because again, keep in mind that individual sellers can sell on those platforms. Just because it's being sold on Amazon, just because it's being sold on Best Buy or Walmart does not mean it's coming directly from these big stores. If they would obviously be authentic, but in many cases, individual sellers are able to get their products on, let's say, Walmart's website or Amazon's website, and it simply tricks people into believing it's coming from Walmart while it's coming from some individual seller that's likely selling these out of their basement and importing them over from China. And when you do receive these counterfeit beats, the sound quality is bad, they break down. On top of that, the design is not what it's supposed to be. So that's my review. Hopefully you've learned a bit more about the Powerbeats too, and you can make the right decision. Thank you.